A Tyson's food processing plant now in Indiana, we've learned today, is set to close next year. This is all part of an effort there to cut costs.
The facility opens to boost Tyson Foods' automation and robotics efforts in food production. The Tyson Manufacturing Automation Center officially opened in downtown Springdale today.
Tyson Foods, America's meat giant, is shutting down another plant. Thousands of jobs gone. Entire towns wiped off the economic map. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. The very policies that promise to protect American jobs are the ones hammering the heartland the hardest. This isn't just about chicken or beef. It's about what happens when political slogans collide with economic reality. It's about who pays the price when corporations choose profits over people. And spoiler, it's never the people in the boardroom. It's the families in the factory. So buckle up. Because the Tyson collapse isn't just one company's problem. It's a warning sign for America's future. Police correlate the collapse nobody saw coming. In just the past 2 years, Tyson Foods has shuttered over a dozen plants across the U.S., eliminating more than 5,000 jobs. Perry, Iowa, 1,300 families woke up to an email saying, "Your plant is closed." Effective immediately. Noel, Missouri, a chicken plant that practically employed the entire town shut down overnight. 1,500 jobs erased. Dexter, Missouri, nearly 700 jobs gone in a community of just 8,000. That's not a closure. That's an economic earthquake. Imagine this. You live in a small town. The Tyson plant is the backbone of your community. It pays the mortgages, fills the schools, keeps diners busy, and funds the local baseball team. Then, overnight, it vanishes. One worker in Iowa said, "I gave them 20 years. I walked in and out of that plant every single day. And one morning it was just gone." That's not just a factory closing. That's a way of life collapsing. Collision: the promise versus the reality. Donald Trump promised tariffs would bring jobs home. Factories would reopen. American workers would finally win again. Instead, here's what happened. 10% tariffs slapped on imports, 50% tariffs on steel, extra duties on food packaging, equipment, and farm supplies. The idea was simple: make it costly for companies to import, so they'll build here. But Tyson didn't build. Tyson cut. Feed got more expensive. Steel for machinery skyrocketed. Packaging costs doubled. Transportation costs soared. And instead of absorbing the hit, Tyson's boardroom chose the easy way out. Shut down underperforming plants, protect profits, and expand where labor is cheaper. Trump promised protection. But for small-town America, what they got was abandonment. Derelict house, ghost towns overnight. The closures didn't just take jobs. They hollowed out entire communities. In Dexter, Missouri, the plant was one of the biggest tax contributors in town. When it closed, grain suppliers lost their biggest customer. Chicken farmers had contracts canceled. Diners and grocery stores saw sales fall by half. The local school district cut extracurricular programs. One city administrator said, "We didn't just lose jobs. We lost people. We lost income. We lost hope." And he's not exaggerating. Families packed up and left. Houses went unsold. Churches closed. What used to be a buzzing small town is now on life support. Globe showing Europe, Africa the human cost. The numbers tell part of the story. But let's talk about the people. In Perry, Iowa, nearly 60% of the Tyson workforce were immigrants and refugees. People from Sudan, Eritrea, and Central America. They came chasing the American dream. They built lives, bought homes, sent kids to school. Then overnight, their lifeline vanished. Within weeks, local grocery sales dropped 40%. Food banks were overwhelmed. Families couldn't pay rent. One mother said, "I came here to give my kids a better future. And now I don't know how I'm going to feed them." Think about that. These are the people politicians promised to protect. The backbone of American food production, and now they're left with nothing. Money bag profits over people. While workers lined up for unemployment checks, Tyson executives thrived. CEO Donnie King made $12 million in 2024. That's nearly 300 times the average worker's salary. At the same time, Tyson received over $3 billion in federal subsidies and aid. Taxpayer money. Your money. My money. So let's get this straight. The government bailed Tyson out. Tyson paid its executives millions. And workers? They got pink slips. That's not America first. That's corporate greed first. Rooster farmers betrayed. It wasn't just factory workers. Farmers were crushed too. Across Missouri and Arkansas, contract poultry farmers were told to invest millions in new chicken houses. Tyson promised them long-term contracts. Many farmers went into heavy debt. Then Tyson shut down plants. Contracts were canceled. Chickens stopped coming. And farmers were left staring at empty barns and bank notices. One farmer put it bluntly, "They told us to build. Then they shut the door and left us holding the bag." Now, dozens of family farms face foreclosure. Generations of work, gone. Shopping cart consumers pay too. And don't think this only hurts workers and farmers. You feel it every time you check out at the grocery store. A Federal Reserve report found tariffs drove food manufacturing costs up 6.8% year over year. That means schools in Kansas cut protein portions from lunches. Arkansas schools raised meal prices. Families across the country saw grocery bills climb. So the irony is brutal. Tariffs were sold as a way to protect consumers and workers. Instead, they've made food more expensive, jobs scarcer, and communities poorer. Globe with Meridian's expansion abroad, retreat at home. Here's the real kicker. While Tyson was shutting down U.S. plants, it was opening new ones abroad. A state-of-the-art plant in Thailand. Another in China. A major facility in the Netherlands. So while American workers were told, sorry, underperforming, Tyson was expanding overseas, chasing cheaper labor and bigger global markets. Even in the U.S., jobs weren't really saved. They were shifted from unionized plants in the Midwest to non-union facilities in the South where wages are lower. Executives call it optimization. Workers call it betrayal. Chart decreasing, Wall Street wins. Main Street loses. Look at Tyson's stock chart. After the closures, Wall Street cheered. Shares bounced back. Executives cashed out. But on Main Street? It's a different story. Mortgage defaults spiked. Food pantry visits tripled. Families slipped into poverty. One local pastor said, "I've done more counseling for families on the brink of collapse this year than in the last decade combined." This is the reality. Wall Street wins. Main Street loses. Warning, what comes next? And here's the scary part. This isn't over. Tyson is now reviewing plants in Kentucky, Pennsylvania, and Texas. More closures could be coming. More towns could be wiped out. And with Trump promising even more tariffs, the cycle looks endless. Tariffs, retaliation, rising costs, more closures, more heartbreak. One farmer said it best, "Every time they say America first, I wonder which America they're talking about. Because it's not mine." The final question. Tariffs were supposed to rebuild America. Instead, they've shattered it. Tyson's story is just one example. But it's a big one. It shows us what happens when the promises don't match the reality. When politicians sell dreams and corporations protect profits, the people left holding the bag are always the same: workers, farmers, and families in small-town America. So here's the question you need to ask yourself. Backhand index pointing right, how many more towns have to collapse before someone admits the promise was broken?